집중하기 바쁜 정수리는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 빛을
We're coming at you from the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to the Spurs. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. And it's Monroe in at the 5. On defense, Orlando. Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. And a great assist by Carter Williams. As that one goes in.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Monroe's got his first 2 points of the night. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. High post Vucevic. Back to Payton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing you can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Pass to Parker. Three-pointer. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Payton passes to Fournier. Pass break, Milwaukee. Carter Williams with the ball.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Vucevic with the block. Payton drives in. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Parker. Banked in off the glass. Parker's got his first points of the game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Here's Fournier. Picked by Vucevic. Payton dishes to Vucevic. Here's Fournier. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Back to Antetokounmpo. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. No good on the triple. The Magic trailed by 3. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. Perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Vucevic with the block. Snatched away. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17. Also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Milwaukee also making some changes. Henson checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Carter Williams. For 3, Middleton. Now the feed to Henson. Another shot. And Antetokounmpo lays it up and in. Antetokounmpo's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Middleton on the wing. He dishes it to Teletovic. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
He hits both from the stripe.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
The Magic shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bucks ahead, leading by just 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Bucks, Craig Monroe is up there with T. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Carter Williams in at the point. 6 on the shot clock. It's tipped. And there's a whistle that goes against Craig Monroe. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. Parker's checked in. Here's Payton. Here's Vucevic. He nails it, and we're tied up. Vucevic has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Magic. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. Augustine grabs the board. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. The starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
And Milwaukee has possession, trailing by 2. They can look forward to the Rockets arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Here's Dellavedova. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
Bucks shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And a dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Just 5 to shoot. Payton kicks to a bucket, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty acceptable?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Augustine, that's good. Bucks trail by 3. Dellavedova kicks to Carter Williams. Passes it to Dellavedova. Out to the right wing. That's a 2 from Parker. And he overshot that one, missing. And guys, Serge Ibaka.
Oh,
It's a beautiful jam. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for T. And Middleton subbed in for Carter Williams. Bucks trailed by 5. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach. I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Middleton the pass to Teletovic. Here's Henson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists tonight. Napier kicks to Meeks. And there's the pass to Napier. Feeds it to Meeks. And it's blocked. .105 left in the second quarter. Antetokounmpo kicks to Dellavedova. Poked away. Middleton inside the three-point line. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. They talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the three-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively.
And they'll keep possession. Here's Augustine. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Augustine's got it all tied up now for Orlando. Here's Dellavedova, covered by Payton. There's a screen. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Middleton inside the three-point line. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake. But they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Augustine passes to Payton. They kick it out to Green. Misses the jumper.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Well, Antetokounmpo in this one, he's got 10 points and 2 rejections. This game is all about him right now.
Full domination mode, guys.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
That reach he's shown, Greg, has certainly been fantastic in getting to some of these shots. I mean, he looks like he's got telescopic arms out there.
Fournier out there with Ibaka. And it's Vucevic. Then there's Payton. And it's Augustine in the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And, Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA.
Payton kicks to Ibaka. Stolen by Henson. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Kicks it down to Middleton. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. He makes it off the glass. Payton's got 6.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Middleton dishes to Henson. When you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Right. Here's Fournier. The rebound by the Bucks.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Orlando. Group substitution here for Milwaukee. Craig Monroe, he's checked in for Henson. Jabari Parker comes in for Mirza Teletovic. T's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Carter Williams in for Matthew Dellavedova. There's Augustine. Lots of room. Bucks leading by 3. Pass to T. Here's Inglis. And the Bucks miss again.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an eye-opener for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
Monroe, the pass to Carter Williams. Drops in the tray. Carter Williams has got 6.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Peyton, but it came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And guys, for Peyton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early. But it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Aaron Gordon comes in for Serge Ibaka. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for DJ Augustine. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Peyton. The Bucks also changing it up. Antetokounmpo comes in for T. And Middleton subbed in for Damian Inglis.
And guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
And stolen by Napier. On the wing, Green. Fade away. They shoot again. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And he's good on the second. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Now the dish to Biombo. Meeks with it. Now defended by Carter-Williams. Green kicks to Gordon. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Here's Carter-Williams. 7 points in the game.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Milwaukee. He kicks to Parker. Middleton dishes to Teletovic. And stolen by Biombo. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. To the wing on the left. Beyond the arc. But they'll get another chance. For three, Middleton. Rebound by Napier.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Well, I tell you, the Bucks are taking steps in the right direction on the road. The problem is the franchise hasn't had a winning record on the road since 2001.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Chris Middleton. Kicks it to Carter-Williams. They set the pick. Here's Antetokounmpo. That one rolling around and rims out.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Here's Napier. They get a hand on it. Gordon kicks to Napier. Off on the layup.
That's an example there, guys, of contesting the shot and corralling the board. That's really all you can ask of a guy at that end of the floor. And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here.
And we've reached the end of the third. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 6. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Here's Peyton on the court for the Bucks. We've got Antetokounmpo, John Henson out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova, and it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot. Peyton outside. Green again. Henson out to Ibaka. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Vucevic. He dinks the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Green gets it to go.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Aaron Gordon, who's checking in for Ibaka. Evan Fournier comes in for Green. And it's Jody Meeks in for Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket for Meeks. Carter Williams, the pass to Parker. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Dishes it to Parker. Here's Carter Williams. And he jams it with authority.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Meeks. The rebound by the Bucks. Monroe's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Parker. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Now it's a 7-point Bucks lead. Outside, Meeks. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got his 5th rebound in this one.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And so Fournier nails both of them.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
And Carter Williams gets it to go on the assist by Middleton. Carter Williams has got the lead up to 8 now for Milwaukee. Here's Gordon. Rebound, Milwaukee. Monroe's got his 6th rebound on the night. Middleton with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Here's Parker. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 8 points. He's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
The Magic making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Gordon's checked in for Vucevic. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Rockets. Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Pass to Vaughn. They get it back. And Henson kicks to Dellavedova. Passes it to Inglis. Stolen by Gordon. Now here is Augustine. D right on him. He feeds it to Meeks. Ibaka goes in. And Meeks kicks to Gordon.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've got extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And so he makes both from the line.
He was very composed on that trip to the strike. He's close to being a one-possession game now.
Here's Henson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Bucks lead by 8.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks your coach grew up.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. And Ibaka slams it in.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
We've got 1:18 left in the 4th quarter. For 3. A shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Here's Vaughn. And he goes in for the dunk.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Bucks.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
And it will go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Antetokounmpo. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And the Magic with possession. A 12-point game. And Ibaka slams it in.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Meeks. And he converts the layup.
Impressive fast break there. They did a great job advancing the rock with the pass.
Here's Ennis. Drills the three-pointer.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer.